I'm going to go through the rainfall volume assignment. This is problem number 2. It's a little hydrograph. It's kind of like hydrograph routing, where there's actually better, fancier ways to do this, but this is a simple one just to kind of go through how rain builds up and the general principles of it. So I have a 65-acre watershed, and I have a storm, and I've measured the rainfall, the total rainfall during that time, not the rate, the total rainfall during that time period. And so it rained 0.15 inches between 10 and 20 minutes. And then I've measured the flow rate of the runoff out of the watershed. So in that time period, 10 to 20 minutes, is 9.5 cubic feet per second. This obviously would vary as it goes across there. So you'd actually use probably the average of those in your method. But we'll do a real simple one here. The unit conversions I'm going to need are 43,560 feet squared per acre, 12 inches per foot, and 60 seconds per minute. So the volume coming into the watershed, first one's going to end up being 0, but I'll type the formula in there. So it's going to be the rainfall that came in there in inches times the area, 65 acres. Fix that one. And then I got to convert units because I have inch acres or acre inch, which is kind of a unit. I'll take it first times the feet squared per acre. Fix that one again. And then I guess I have to divide by 12 inches per foot. Fix that one in there. All right, so the first one's 0. And I'll scroll these down. I'll leave a couple for you to do, see if your formulas work out right. That's the volume in. The volume out is then the runoff. First one's just going to be 0. So this next one is going to be the 2.1 cubic feet per second times the time period of 10 minutes. And these are all 10 minutes, but in case I had irregular time steps, I'm going to take it times this one, 10 minus 0. And that's in minutes. I have cubic feet per second, so I have to take it times 60, or I'll go ahead, since I already have this up there, fix that. So that should be 1260. So I take that down there. All right, so this is the volume coming in. This is the volume going out. I'll do these. You can see if yours matches this. We'll do the whole thing. And then the volume, the difference is what's coming in minus what's going out. First one again is 0. So we take this one down, and we can see that it's adding up water here, and then toward the end of it, the tail end of it, now the runoff is actually higher than the rain coming in. So our watershed is emptying out. So what we really want is we want the cumulative cubic feet in the watershed. So the first one, we're going to start at 0, and then we're going to build up. So after the first time step, I have 0, what we had at the 0 time step, plus we're getting 15,000 more in than out. And then the second one, we're getting 30,000 more in than out. So we're adding 30,000 to that. And then we're adding 38,000 of that, adding 15,000 of that. Now it's going to go back down by 8,000. And then it's going to go down by almost 20,000. So that's the problem there. So I can compute the accumulated storage of water within the watershed. That's right here. That's the storage. And then we want to plot this. By the way, I could also do this if I was interested in how much total volume has come into the watershed, how much total volume has gone out of it. I could do an accumulation column for the in and the out. But just for the difference, I only need one accumulation column. So I want to graph this thing. So I want time, and then what do I want to graph? I want to graph inflow, outflow, and cumulative storage. So I'll go in, out, and cumulative. And then I will insert me a graph in there and we'll see what it looks like. There we go. So I can neaten up this a little bit and add things to it, but you can see that the volume in, this is a hydrograph, comes up, goes down. Volume out, as we get more water in there, the volume coming out increases. And then this green here is the accumulation of it. And I'll move this down here to show it better. So that's the problem. I guess I did it for you here, but hopefully you were following along on your own and see if you can do it and reproduce these same numbers. Let me know if you have any questions on that.